Lieutenant Adam Carter felt his stomach tighten as the shuttle docked with the massive Varzik flagship. After years of distant communications, humans were finally meeting their first alien allies face to face. As Earth's chosen liaison, Adam knew the responsibility weighing on his shoulders. "Ready, Sonny," he whispered to the golden retriever sitting calmly beside him. The service dog wagged her tail gently, unaware she was about to become the first Earth canine to meet an alien species. The shuttle doors hissed open, revealing three tall, reptilian figures. Their scales glimmered under the harsh lights, shifting between green and blue. The central figure, taller than the others by nearly a foot, stepped forward. "I am Commander Zrel of the Varzik Empire," the alien announced, voice translated through Adam's earpiece. "We welcome humans to our vessel as potential allies." Adam stepped forward, Sonny at his heel. "Lieutenant Adam Carter of Earth, we appreciate your hospitality and look forward to strengthening relations between our peoples." The moment Sonny came into view, the reaction was immediate and unexpected. The Varzik delegation collectively stepped backward, hands moving to weapons at their sides. Commander Zrel's eyes widened, vertical pupils narrowing to thin slits. "You bring a beast to diplomatic talks," Zrel hissed, voice rising. "Is this a display of dominance?" Adam froze, confused. "This is Sonny, my service dog. She's completely harmless." The translator must have malfunctioned because Zrel and his officers exchanged looks of what could only be described as terror mixed with awe. "You control this predator with mere words?" asked the officer to Zrel's right. "Impressive." Adam started to correct them, but hesitated. The Varzik were a prideful species according to their briefing materials. Being afraid of a friendly dog might be embarrassing for them. "Sonny is very well trained," he said instead. "She follows commands perfectly." This seemed to increase their unease rather than alleviate it. Commander Zrel straightened, trying to regain composure. "The human's ability to command beasts is noted. Follow me to the command center." As they walked through the ship's corridors, Adam noticed other Varzik crew members flattening themselves against walls, giving Sonny a wide berth. Whispers followed them, and more than once he heard what the translator rendered as beast handler or predator commander. In the command center, large screens displayed star maps and what appeared to be battle plans. Zrel gestured toward them. "The Draknir Collective has violated our borders repeatedly. They are aggressive predators who respect only strength. We hoped humans might provide technological assistance, but perhaps you offer other advantages." Adam nodded, still unsure why they were so fixated on Sonny. "Earth is committed to this alliance. We bring various skills to the table." Zrel leaned closer, voice lowered. "Your species is physically unimpressive by galactic standards. No natural weapons, limited strength, yet you command fierce beasts with ease. This changes our assessment." Sonny chose that moment to yawn widely, displaying her teeth. Every Varzik in the room tensed. "She's just tired from the journey," Adam explained quickly. "Such control," whispered a nearby officer. "The beast shows its weapons yet remains leashed by invisible commands." Commander Zrel studied Adam with new respect. Perhaps humans will be valuable allies against the Draknir after all. They too use biological weapons in combat, but they fear Earth's reputation for taming dangerous species. "Our reputation?" Adam asked, confused. "Your broadcasts. Many show humans commanding various predators, some small, some large, all deadly." Adam suddenly realized they had been watching Earth's nature documentaries and pet videos, completely misinterpreting what they saw. Before he could clarify, Zrel straightened and announced, "The human and his war beast will join our strategic council. When the Draknir attack, perhaps we will see what happens when we unleash the beast." Adam scratched Sonny behind the ears as she wagged her tail happily, completely unaware she had just been classified as Earth's secret weapon. Adam spent his first week aboard the Varzik flagship trying to understand their culture, while they completely misunderstood his. The ship itself was impressive. Vast corridors with high ceilings that made even the tallest humans seem small, and technology that blended the mechanical with the biological in ways Earth scientists had only dreamed about. But nothing fascinated him more than the Varzik reaction to Sunny. "Your war beast requires exercise," Commander Zrel asked when Adam requested access to the cargo bay for Sunny's daily routine. "She needs to move around, yes," Adam replied carefully. He had stopped trying to correct their misconception after his first few attempts were met with what seemed like polite disbelief. The cargo bay was emptied of all personnel when Adam arrived with Sunny. Security cameras tracked their every move as he threw a ball for her to fetch. "The training is impressive," came Zrel's voice over the intercom. "The beast retrieves weapons you throw and returns them undamaged." Adam sighed. "Just plain fetch, Commander." Later that day, Adam was invited to a war council. The large chamber contained not only Varzik officers, but representatives from 2 other allied species. All eyes followed Sunny as she settled at Adam's feet beneath the large round table. "The Draknir have attacked another outpost," Zrel announced. 17 dead, including hatchlings. Holographic images showed the aftermath. Buildings burning, bodies covered. Adam felt sick looking at the destruction. "They grow bolder," said one of the alien representatives, a furry being with 4 arms. "They believe we are weak." "We have new allies now," Zrel countered, looking pointedly at Adam. "The humans bring different strengths to our coalition." All eyes in the room shifted to Sunny, who was peacefully napping under the table. "I've studied Earth transmissions," said Krath, the Varzik intelligence officer. "Humans have domesticated many predator species, some small like this one, others much larger. They use verbal commands and gesture signals to control them." Adam started to object, but was interrupted. "We've seen evidence of creatures with powerful jaws, razor claws, venomous fangs, all living alongside humans, obeying them." Krath's voice carried a mixture of fear and respect. "Pets," Adam tried explaining. "We keep them for companionship, not warfare." "A clever deception," Krath nodded, as if Adam had confirmed a secret theory. "Making dangerous weapons appear harmless until needed." The meeting continued with tactical discussions that Adam followed with growing concern. The Draknir collective sounded like dangerous enemies, using biological weapons and overwhelming force against civilian targets. After the meeting, Adam returned to his quarters with Sunny, troubled by the escalating conflict. As he sat reviewing reports, his door chimed. "Enter," he called. A young Varzik crew member stood nervously at the threshold, eyes fixed on Sunny. "Lieutenant Carter, I am Technician Vex. I've been assigned to provide for your beast's needs." He held out a tray containing what appeared to be raw meat. "Our scientists analyzed your species' dietary requirements." "That's very thoughtful. But Sunny has her own food," Adam explained, pointing to the bag of premium dog kibble. Vex looked confused. "Processed combat rations. Of course. More efficient." As Vex carefully set down the tray and backed away, Adam noticed something. "You're not afraid of her, are you?" he asked. The young Varzik hesitated. "I studied zoology before joining the fleet. I find Earth's predator diversity fascinating. The way you formed alliances with them instead of competing is revolutionary." Before Adam could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. Sunny jumped to her feet, instantly alert. "Draknir vessels detected," announced the ship-wide communication system. "All personnel to battle stations." Vex looked at Sunny, now standing attentively beside Adam. "Will your beast join the defense?" Adam patted Sunny's head. "She stays with me." "Wise," Vex nodded seriously. "Save her for when truly needed." The young Varzik hurried out, leaving Adam wondering how a simple misunderstanding had grown so large, and how it might affect the coming conflict. The diplomatic chamber aboard the neutral space station, Harmony, was filled with representatives from 12 species. Adam sat uncomfortably in his designated seat, Sunny lying quietly at his feet. He could feel the stares from the various aliens, some curious, others clearly fearful. Commander Zrel stood at the central podium, addressing the gathering. The Draknir attacks grow more frequent. They target civilian populations, testing our resolve. We must present a united response. A tall, willowy alien with pale blue skin rose from her seat. The Ilani Confederation remains concerned about escalation. War benefits no one. Zrel's scales darkened with frustration. Tell that to the families of those slaughtered at Outpost Varen. As the debate continued, Adam noticed something strange. Whenever representatives glanced his way, they weren't looking at him. They were looking at Sunny. And not just with curiosity, but with what appeared to be respect and caution. The Ilani representative lowered her voice when addressing Adam. Earth's contribution to this alliance is unique. We have heard about your beast handlers. Beast handlers? Adam asked, confused. Your ability to control predator species, she clarified. Some find it disturbing, but others see the wisdom in your approach. Before Adam could correct her, another representative, a bulky insectoid being, chittered loudly. The humans should deploy more of their war beasts. Show the Draknir true predators. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. Adam felt increasingly uncomfortable with where this was heading. After the meeting, Krath approached Adam in the corridor. The intelligence officer seemed excited, his usual reserved demeanor replaced by barely contained enthusiasm. Lieutenant Carter, I've made fascinating discoveries about Earth's Beast program, he said, activating a holographic display from his wrist device. Images from Earth appeared. People walking dogs in parks, a woman cuddling a cat, a falconer with a bird perched on his gloved hand. These are just pets, Adam tried explaining. Companions. Krath's eyes gleamed. Yes, your public narrative is quite clever, but we understand. He flicked through more images. A police officer with a German shepherd, a snake wrapped around a handler's arm, a woman bottle-feeding a lion cub at a conservation center. Look at the diversity of predators under human control, Krath continued. From the small assassin types to the massive land predators, some with venomous capability, others with crushing strength. Adam pinched the bridge of his nose. Krath, these aren't weapons. The intelligence officer lowered his voice. Your secrecy is respected, Lieutenant. But you should know that rumors of Earth's Beast program have reached Draknir intelligence networks. They are concerned. Later that day, Adam sat in his temporary quarters, Sunny resting her head on his lap as he stroked her golden fur. What are we going to do, girl? He wondered aloud. They won't believe these misconceptions no matter what I say. His communicator beeped with a message from Commander Zrel. Urgent news. Report immediately. In the command center, Zrel and his officers stood around a holographic display showing the aftermath of another attack. This time, the images were even more disturbing. An agricultural colony decimated, fields burning. The Draknir left a message. Zrel said grimly, "They demand our surrender," and specifically mentioned. His reptilian eyes flicked to Sunny, that humans must withdraw their biological weapons from this conflict. Adam stared in disbelief. They're afraid of our dogs. It appears your reputation has spread faster than we anticipated, Zrel replied. The Draknir are apex predators themselves. The concept of another species controlling predators threatens their self-image of superiority. A junior officer rushed in, looking alarmed. Commander, a human transport has just docked at our station. They're requesting permission to bring aboard. He hesitated. Additional support units. Zrel looked at Adam with what might have been the Varzik equivalent of a smile. Reinforcements. Before Adam could respond, the door opened to reveal a uniformed woman with a sleek black and white border collie at her heel. Lieutenant Kelly Martinez reporting for duty, she announced. This is Max, my service dog. The Varzik officers stared in what Adam now recognized as terrified awe. You've brought a second beast, Zrel whispered. Lieutenant Kelly Martinez approached Adam with a professional smile. seemingly unaware of the sensation her arrival had caused among the Varzik crew. Her border collie Max sat obediently at her side, alert and attentive. "Lieutenant Carter, Earth Command sent me as additional diplomatic support," she explained, extending her hand. "They thought having another human presence might help strengthen relations." Adam shook her hand, leaning in to whisper, "They think our dogs are weapons of war." Kelly's eyes widened briefly before her training kicked in. "I see," she said calmly. Commander Zrel approached cautiously, his gaze fixed on Max. "Your second beast appears different. A specialized unit." "Max is trained for search and rescue," Kelly answered truthfully. This simple statement caused a ripple of murmurs among the Varzik officers. Krath, who had been documenting everything, quickly made notes on his device. Finding survivors in wreckage, tracking enemies through complex terrain. Krath translated for the others. An intelligence gatherer. Adam fought the urge to correct them again. Instead, he asked Zrel, "Commander, could we speak privately? Lieutenant Martinez needs to be briefed on the situation." In Adam's quarters, he quickly explained the misunderstanding to Kelly. She listened with increasing amazement. "So they think Sonny and Max are some kind of elite war animals?" she asked, watching the two dogs sniffing each other in friendly greeting. "Not just them. They think all pets on Earth are trained predators that we control for combat purposes." Adam sighed. "I've tried correcting them, but they think I'm being secretive about a classified program." Kelly considered this. "And now the Draknir are scared of our dogs." "Apparently so," Adam replied. "Enough to specifically mention them in communications." Before they could discuss further, Adam's communicator beeped urgently. "Lieutenant Carter, your presence is required immediately," came Zrel's voice. "The Draknir commander has requested direct communication." In the command center, a large screen displayed a figure that sent chills down Adam's spine. The Draknir commander resembled a cross between a crocodile and a panther. Sleek dark scales covering a powerfully built body, with amber eyes that seemed to glow with predatory intelligence. "I am War Leader Skreeth of the Draknir Collective," the creature announced, sharp teeth visible as it spoke. "I wish to speak to the human-animal commander." Adam stepped forward, feeling uncomfortably scrutinized. "Lieutenant Adam Carter of Earth." The Draknir's eyes narrowed. "Your species is new to this sector, yet you interfere in matters beyond your understanding. The Varzik are prey. This is the natural order." "We don't see it that way," Adam replied steadily. "So I have observed," Skreeth hissed. "You bring your hunting beasts to intimidate us. This is not the way of honorable predators." Before Adam could respond, Skreeth continued, "I challenge you to Frekcha, the predator's duel. Our finest warrior against yours. If we win, your forces retreat from Varzik space." The transmission ended abruptly, leaving the command center in silence. "What just happened?" Kelly whispered. Zrel's voice was solemn. "The Vrekcha is an ancient custom. Two champions fight in ritual combat. It is rarely invoked, but when it is, honor demands acceptance." "And if we refuse?" Adam asked. "They would see it as weakness and launch a full-scale attack immediately," Krath answered. Zrel turned to Adam, his reptilian features set in determination. "This is the opportunity we have waited for. Your war beast against their champion. You want Sonny to fight for you?" Adam asked incredulously. "Or the new beast," Zrel suggested, nodding toward Max. "Whichever is your superior combat unit." Kelly stepped forward. "Commander, our dogs aren't trained for combat. They're companions and service animals." Zrel looked confused. "But they obey your commands without question. They have teeth, claws. They're friendly animals," Adam insisted, "not weapons." Zrel and his officers exchanged glances of confusion and disappointment. Then Adam saw Kelly's expression change, a look of realization crossing her face. "They don't need to know that," she whispered to Adam. "Maybe perception is enough." Adam stared at her, understanding slowly dawning. You're suggesting we bluff. Kelly nodded slightly. If the Drakner are already afraid of our war beasts, maybe we can use that fear to prevent actual bloodshed. Adam looked down at Sunny, peacefully resting by his feet, completely unaware she might have just become the linchpin in an interstellar peace strategy. Adam and Kelly locked themselves in Adam's quarters to draft what they jokingly called Operation Golden Paw. Sunny and Max lounged on the floor, occasionally looking up at their humans with curious eyes. We need to convince the Drakner that our dogs are formidable without actually putting them in danger, Adam said, pacing the small room. Kelly nodded, scratching Max behind the ears. Border collies have an intense stare they use when herding. Max can look pretty intimidating when he's focused. And Sunny can bark on command, Adam added. But is that enough to bluff an entire warrior species? Their planning was interrupted by a message from Earth Command. After explaining their situation, approval came through with an unexpected addition. 4 more service dogs and their handlers would arrive within 48 hours. They're sending the K9 demonstration team, Kelly explained, reading the details. They perform at public events showing off training techniques. It's perfect for what we need. When they shared their plan with Commander Zrel, his reaction surprised them. Psychological warfare, he said, scales shifting to a deep blue that Adam had learned indicated approval. Very clever. The Drakner pride themselves on being fearless predators. To be intimidated by Earth beasts would shame them. Exactly, Kelly agreed. We don't need actual combat, just the threat of it. Krath, who had been analyzing Earth broadcasts even more intensively, added his support. I've observed that your beasts communicate with subtle signals. Body posture, ear position, tail movement. A silent language the Drakner won't understand. That's actually correct, Adam admitted. Over the next 2 days, as they awaited reinforcements, Adam and Kelly worked with the Varzik crew to prepare. They explained enough about dog behavior to make their plan work, while carefully maintaining the illusion that the animals were trained for warfare. When our dogs bark together, they're coordinating an attack strategy, Kelly told a group of fascinated Varzik officers. It wasn't entirely false. Dogs did sometimes bark in response to each other, just not for the reasons she implied. Adam demonstrated how Sunny would retrieve objects on command. Target acquisition and recovery, he called it, trying to keep a straight face as Sunny happily brought back a ball. News of the coming beast combat spread through the ship and to allied vessels. Adam overheard crew members exchanging theories about Earth's beast program, each version more elaborate than the last. When the K9 team arrived, they brought 2 German Shepherds, a Doberman, and a Belgian Malinois. The Varzik crew watched from a safe distance as all 6 dogs played together in the cargo bay, their friendly romping misinterpreted as combat practice. The beasts trained together to coordinate pack tactics, Krath explained to the observers, completely serious. Senior handler Greg Wilson approached Adam after the dogs were settled. Command briefed us on the situation. This is the strangest mission I've ever been assigned, but if it prevents war. Trust me, I know how absurd it sounds, Adam replied. But their cultural understanding is so different from ours. They see predator and prey relationships everywhere. The night before the scheduled Vrekcha, Commander Zrel summoned Adam to a private meeting. Our intelligence has intercepted Drakner communications, he said, his voice unusually quiet. They are concerned about facing your beasts. There is disagreement among their leadership. That's good news, Adam replied cautiously. Yes, but there is more. Some suggest they should attack immediately, before more of your beast units arrive. Others fear such action would bring Earth's full predator forces against them. Zrel's vertical pupils dilated. They believe humans might deploy what you call lions and wolves next. Adam struggled to maintain his composure. What do you suggest, Commander? We proceed with the Vrekcha as planned. Show strength, but controlled strength. Zrel hesitated. Lieutenant Carter, I must ask, If the situation demanded it, would you unleash your beasts fully? Adam looked at Zrel's expectant face and gave the only answer that would make sense to him. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, Commander. As he returned to his quarters, Adam wondered if their well-intentioned deception was getting dangerously out of hand. The neutral location chosen for the Vrekcho was a barren moon with breathable atmosphere. A large, circular area had been marked out with stones, the traditional combat arena according to ancient Draknir customs. Adam stood at the edge of this circle, Sunny at his side. Around him were Kelly with Max and the 4 canine handlers with their dogs. All 6 animals were groomed to perfection, their coats gleaming in the pale sunlight. Each wore a special vest that the Varzik engineers had created, embedded with small devices that Kelly had assured them were completely harmless but very impressive looking. Across the arena, the Draknir delegation emerged from their shuttle. Their leader, War Leader Skreeth, strode forward with 6 warriors behind him. They were even more intimidating in person. Tall, muscular reptilians with natural armor and visible claws. They carried no weapons, as the ritual demanded, but they hardly seemed to need any. Commander Zrel approached from the Varzik shuttle, accompanied by representatives from the allied species. The tension in the air was thick enough to cut. The terms are simple, Zrel announced. 1 champion from each side. Combat continues until submission or incapacitation. No interference from observers. Skreeth stepped forward, his amber eyes scanning the line of dogs. Where is your champion, human? Which beast will face my warrior? Adam had prepared for this moment. In Earth combat tradition, we first display our full capability before selecting the appropriate unit. This was complete fiction, but Skreeth seemed to accept it with a suspicious nod. Adam gave a hand signal, and all 6 handlers commanded their dogs to sit in perfect unison. The dogs complied immediately, their disciplined response causing murmurs among the Draknir. Now, Adam called clearly. On cue, all 6 dogs barked simultaneously, a sound they had carefully rehearsed. The sharp, sudden noise echoed across the moon's surface. Adam noticed several Draknir warriors step back involuntarily. Impressive coordination, Skreeth admitted grudgingly. But mere noise does not win battles. Kelly stepped forward with Max. Demonstration of tracking capability, she announced, then gave Max a hand signal. The border collie immediately lowered his nose to the ground and began moving in a systematic pattern. He had been trained to search for hidden objects, but to the observers, it appeared he was scanning for weaknesses or traps. Next came the German shepherds, demonstrating their ability to jump and climb. The Doberman showed off speed and agility, while the Belgian Malinois performed a series of precise movements responding to barely perceptible hand signals. Throughout all this, Adam watched the Draknir warriors carefully. Their initial confidence was visibly wavering. Finally, it was Sunny's turn. Adam had saved her for last because of her gentle appearance. Our specialist unit, Adam declared, trying to sound official. He gave Sunny the signal to speak, and she barked happily, tail wagging. One of the Draknir warriors suddenly pointed skyward. Aerial scouts. Everyone looked up to see several bird-like creatures circling overhead, native fauna of the moon, attracted by the unusual activity. Sunny, spotting the birds, barked again with excitement. By complete coincidence, one of the birds swooped lower, and Sunny tracked it perfectly with her eyes. The beast communicates with flying units. A Draknir warrior whispered loudly enough for all to hear. Skreeth's expression darkened. Before Adam could correct this new misunderstanding, Max suddenly stiffened, his border collie instincts activating. He turned toward a ridge of rocks about 50 meters away and growled softly. Kelly, recognizing Max's alert posture, quietly informed Adam. He's sensing something hidden there. Adam didn't hesitate. Security alert, he called out. Possible hidden threat detected. Commander Zrel immediately ordered his security team to investigate. They discovered 3 Draknir warriors concealed among the rocks, armed with long-range weapons, a clear violation of the ritual's rules. Screeth's scales darkened with what might have been embarrassment or rage. "I did not authorize this," he insisted. "Your beasts detected an ambush we could not," Zrel said to Adam, loud enough for all to hear. "They'd protect not just themselves, but all present." Sunny, completely oblivious to her crucial role in uncovering the plot, sat down and yawned widely, displaying her teeth in what the Draknir interpreted as a final, casual threat. Screeth looked from the dogs to his disgraced warriors, then back to Adam. "Perhaps," he said slowly, "we should discuss terms of cessation of hostilities." The peace negotiations lasted 3 days. Representatives from Earth, the Varzik Empire, and the Draknir Collective sat around a large table aboard a neutral station. Throughout the talks, Sunny and Max remained present, lying quietly beside their handlers. Adam noticed that whenever discussions became heated, the Draknir representatives would glance nervously at the dogs, then moderate their tone. It was surreal how 2 friendly animals had become such powerful symbols of deterrence. On the final day, as the treaty was being prepared for signatures, War Leader Screeth approached Adam privately. "Your beasts are formidable allies," he said, his voice low. "We underestimated Earth's capabilities." Adam hesitated, then made a decision. The deception had served its purpose, but continuing it risked future misunderstandings. "War Leader Screeth, I need to explain something about our dogs," he began. Screeth tilted his head, listening as Adam explained the true nature of domesticated animals on Earth, not weapons or warriors, but companions that humans had befriended thousands of years ago. When he finished, Screeth was silent for a long moment. "You formed voluntary partnerships with other predator species?" he finally asked. "Not through dominance, but mutual benefit." "Exactly," Adam confirmed. "Dogs helped us hunt, guard our homes, and eventually became our friends. We provided food and shelter. They provided companionship and assistance." The Draknir warrior studied Sunny, who wagged her tail under his gaze. "In all our evolution, we never considered such an arrangement possible. We always saw other species as either threats or prey." Later that day, Adam shared the truth with Commander Zrel as well. The Varzik commander's reaction was less philosophical and more practical. "So these animals are not weapons at all?" Zrel clarified, looking somewhat disappointed. "No, but they still have abilities that helped us," Adam explained. "Dogs can smell things we can't detect, hear sounds we miss." Max really did sense those hidden warriors because his senses are naturally sharper than ours. Zrel considered this a different kind of strength then. Not domination, but partnership. He cautiously extended a scaled hand toward Sunny, who sniffed it curiously. "May I?" Zrel asked. Adam nodded, and the commander gently placed his hand on Sunny's head. The golden retriever leaned into the touch, enjoying the attention. "Remarkable," Zrel whispered. "It actually enjoys the contact." The scene was witnessed by many crew members, and soon other Varzik were cautiously approaching the dogs, marveling at their friendly nature. Within weeks of the peace treaty signing, Earth established a formal interspecies understanding program. Kelly was appointed to lead it, bringing more dogs to Varzik worlds and teaching aliens about Earth's unique relationship with domestic animals. The story of the war beasts that turned out to be beloved companions spread throughout the Alliance. Many species found the concept fascinating, some even beginning to consider whether similar relationships might be possible with animals from their own worlds. On his last day aboard the Varzik flagship before returning to Earth, Adam found Technician Vex waiting outside his quarters. "Lieutenant Carter, I have a request," the young Varzik said, seeming nervous. "Earth has approved certain Varzik for your exchange program, to learn about animal partnerships. I've applied and wanted to ask for your recommendation." Adam smiled. "I'd be happy to recommend you, Vex. You showed interest in understanding Sunny from the beginning." Vex's scales shifted to a happy blue color. "Thank you. I've been studying everything available about Earth's dogs. The diversity is amazing, from tiny lapdogs to massive working breeds, yet all descended from wolf ancestors. As they walked toward the shuttle bay, Sunny trotting alongside them, Adam reflected on how a simple misunderstanding had led to something remarkable. Not just peace, but a whole new concept for many species to explore. Commander Zrel met them at the shuttle. Lieutenant Carter, Earth's contribution to this alliance has been unexpected but valuable. We have much to learn from each other. Adam nodded in agreement, scratching Sunny behind the ears. She wagged her tail happily, completely unaware that she had helped change the course of interstellar relations by simply being herself, not a war beast, but a good dog. As the shuttle departed, Adam looked back at the massive Varzik ship growing smaller in the viewport. Somewhere in the vastness of space, humans and aliens were finding common ground through the universal language of friendship, taught to them all by a golden retriever with a wagging tail and a border collie with watchful eyes.